And off we go with the opening play. Stars get control, and Sevier will fire it in. Played in the left wing corner by Clendenning. Almost picked off, now taken away by McKenzie in the trapezoid. Olsen gets dumped. Deneau tried to clear it up the far boards. It gets by Fortunas. And Dowling will regroup it in his own blue line. Pass forward. Fortunas to McKenzie. Tips to Sevier down the right wing. Driving, has a lane. Fires it in front and just rolled wide as Dowling was there, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Battling on the back post. 30 seconds into the hockey game, the Stars already get their first quality scoring chance in front of this big crowd here in Rockford. Puck worked around to the left wing circle of the defensive zone. They send it out, and it'll go down into the Rockford end, and the Stars will change here. And out comes Mueller, who will just today center Hedden and Ritchie. Right wing corner, far part of the defensive zone for the IceHogs. Ritchie battling, trying to get away from Klaus Dahlbach. Reverses to the right point. Rome kept it in. Rome. No, he didn't. He juggled it. He cleared away to center ice, and now the IceHogs moving forward as Joachim Nordstrom plays it down the wall. It's backhanded away, and out comes Texas at center ice. Now to the left side. Ritchie trying to go wide on Joe Gleason. Slid it. Hedden down low. In front. Mueller. He scores! Chris Mueller rips one home on a beautiful feed from Mike Hedden. And the Texas Stars strike early. Just a minute 20 into the game. It's 1-0 Stars. Well, Mueller was really hot last week. He scored 8 points in the span of 3 games, but then struggled and was scoreless in 2. Well, he's back on the board today. Hedden with a beautiful setup, actually a very nice pass by Ritchie as well. And so Texas with the early lead. And the big crowd here in Rockford a bit stunned perhaps. Off the draw, it's controlled by Texas. Out comes Toby Peterson playing with Smith and Ranford. Goes into the offensive zone. Shot toward Ronta by Austin Smith was deflected over the front of the net and kicks out to center. Shalilov now the near side trying to go wide on Jokipaka, couldn't do it. Tipped away. And it'll be brought out of the zone. Svedberg, the 6'8" Swedish defenseman, had it knocked off his stick, and now Toby Peterson regrouping in his own zone. Over to Gauntz, now back to Jokipaka in the left wing corner. Jokipaka out to center ice. Now spins away from the pressure from Shalinov. And they'll regroup once again as Gauntz gets control. Gauntz over his own blue line. Pass up the right side. Peterson sends it in. Stars changing on the back end. They'll start a change up front as Austin Smith goes in on the lone forecheck. Trying to fire a backhander out in front. Was looking for Taylor Peters. Knocked away, but they keep it alive. Peters along with Stronsky and Wattier, the line now out for Texas. Wattier bats it out of the air with a stick, but it's deflected to center ice. Nemeth back to his own line. Fortunas pressured by Broadhurst. That's Terry. His younger brother Alex also in the lineup on the same line, wearing 25 and 37. Here's Taylor Peters into the offensive zone. Fires one toward the net, sticked aside by Ronta. Kept alive by Fortunas as his shot off the backboards found Wattier. Twisting behind the net, centering pass, one-timer in front, and that one went wide off the stick of Stronsky. Nice look there by Wattier. This will be icing against Rockford, and Texas with 2 minutes and 53 seconds into the first period off to a flying start as they have the early lead. We'll get a whistle here, and I think Rockford used their timeout. Indeed they did. We'll pause for a break. It's 1-0 Texas, just 2:53 into the first period. And the IceHogs have used their only timeout of the game. Take a break. You're listening to the Texas Stars Hockey Network.
Sport Clips, America's haircut place for men and boys, presents Guyology, Chapter 32, Crying. Guys don't cry. You may notice some glistening around a man's eyelids after a Gladiator movie, but those aren't tears. That's just his awesome leaking out. Guys live their lives a little differently, and we get it. We're Sport Clips, where guys get an awesome haircut while watching sports on TV. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy. Visit sportclips.com for the location nearest you and MVP it.
Welcome back to Texas Stars Hockey on the Texas Stars Hockey Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rockford. After that quick timeout, all of a sudden, the Stars with an early lead here. And it seems as though the IceHogs have recognized that Texas has had a very good quick start to this game. Here's a quick shot by Dowling. Shot just wide as it came out to the middle. I think he might have gotten caught with a stick as he goes to the bench holding his lower lip. Out comes Chris Mueller to replace Dowling. He should be okay, but maybe just have to regroup here. Now Sevier gets caught. Can't find his stick, trying to get it back. Took a hard hit in the right wing corner. Behind the net, McKenzie. Now Sevier back in the play. Trickled out in front, but blocked off by Olsen. And now it's Broadhurst to his brother Terry. Gains over the offensive line. Terry Broadhurst going wide. Shot toward the net. Big left pad save by Nilstorp. Kicked out in the slot. Texas is there, but they can't clear. Second effort into the near corner. It's taken away by Alexiak, and the big rig has a 4-on-2. Down the left side, just dumps it in. Stars were starting a change there, but they still controlled the left wing out of the right wing corner. Heading behind the net. Trying to get away from Dahlback. He'll pass it back to the right point, and a hopped over the stick of Gauntz. He'll have to retreat to get it ahead of the forecheck of Ross. Jokipaka lobbed it in on goal. Ronta knocks it down. Dahlbeck behind the net, lifts it forward, and that one will go all the way down for an icing here. As soon as Jokipaka clears the imaginary line between the face-off dots, that'll stop play. 15:52 to go here in the first period as Texas does have the 1-0 lead. Scoring on the goal, as I mentioned earlier, Mueller from Hedden Ritchie at 1:20. It's Chris Mueller's 4th goal this season in the AHL. Face-off will be the right wing offensively. Peterson out there to take it against Deneau. And Deneau knocks it backwards. Behind the net, around to McNeil. Lifts it out to center ice. Blocked down by Nemeth on his knees at the red line. Knocks it forward but couldn't connect with Ranford. Gleason behind the net. Wheels around. Partially deflected by Ranford, and now the Stars get the turnover as Ranford spun around in the high slot. Kept like Fortuna's a shot just off the outside of the net. Controlled in the trapezoid now to the left wing by Austin Smith. To the point for Peterson. His shot rose up. I think it took a deflection and found the back netting, and that'll be a face-off in the offensive zone. The next home game is Friday, November 8th at 7:30, and be sure to arrive early to receive a reusable shopping tote presented by ABC Home and Commercial Services. Don't miss your Texas Stars as they face off against the Milwaukee Admirals. Tickets are available at Cedar Park Center box office or 512-GO-STARS. That's Friday night, the 8th of November. In 2 weeks, the beginning of Stars and Stripes Military Appreciation Weekend, presented by Sport Clips. Lantier out there now with Stronsky and Peters. They win the draw into the corner. Battling behind the net of Ronta. Ronte, a little wraparound attempt, stuffed it, was blocked off. Played by Svedberg into the corner. And it comes back over to Wante. Again, trying to drive out in front, trying to stuff at it, but it held off again. Turnaround shot from the corner is wide, but off the stick of Taylor Peters. Stronsky to Wantier, one-timer, he scores! Wantier, first goal of the year, rips one home from the left post. And the IceHogs are all of a sudden in a big hole. It's 2-0 Stars as Francis Wantier on the score sheet for the first time this year with 14:57 left to go in the first. Well, that was a fantastic setup from behind the net. And that line doing some great work to create some space. Wantier wide open. Somebody missed the mark at the bottom of the left face-off circle, and Ronta was hung out to dry, trying to get back to his right post, left facing. And it was a great reversal by Stronsky behind the net to find Wantier. And it was too quick for the defense, so the Stars with a 2-0 lead. As just 5 minutes into the first period, Texas off and running. We have seen this scenario before play out in this series. The puck will be played down the left side into the offensive zone as out comes McKenzie along with Dowling and Sevier taken away. And Alex Broadhurst will lob it the other way into the left wing corner. Gauntz trying to hold him off. Jokipaka poking it free. Garrett Ross lost it. It'll be lifted out, tipped away by Sevier. They're going to call icing. I thought he got a tip on it. He must have missed it. And so icing called against Texas. They'll have to go into their own zone for a face-off. So Wache from Stronsky and Peters. And that one came at the 5:03 mark of the first period. A change of lines for Rockford. They send out Byron Fraze. Off the draw, shot just kind of softly wide. Didn't have a lot of steam on it as Nilstorp watched it go by. They'll battle on the far boards, clipping it out. Took a deflection, so no icing here, and Texas will get a chance to get a line change. Shots on goal, 4-1 Texas right now as they have the 2-0 lead. We're 6 minutes into the first period. Byron Fraze over the offensive line. Rolls it deep. Goes after it. Thumbs into Nemeth behind the net. That'll give Shalonov a chance to get control. Right circle. Centering pass to nobody. Right to Hedden, in fact. Tipped down to center ice. Mueller couldn't hang on to the pass, but able to at least deflect it into the Rockford zone. Right near the IceHogs bench. Ritchie battling with 3 IceHogs players. Out in comes Hedden, and we get a whistle. And I believe the linesman has whistled for offsides. Indeed, he has. 2-0 Texas will take immediate timeout. Stars up early with 13:39 left to go in the first period. You're listening to the Texas Stars Hockey Network.